Minneapolis City.
Post goals!
The People's Pitch Podcast, brought to you by Summit Brewing Company.
What up, soccer fans? Welcome to the latest edition, the 30th edition of the People's Pitch Podcast, the official podcast of your Minneapolis City Soccer Club. I am your gracious host, John, and alongside me, as always, is the cranberry sauce at my Thanksgiving feast, Mr. Nathan Morales. Nate, how you living these days? Welcome back. Happy 30th.
Yeah, man, it's Dirty 30.
Yeah, let's, should we cheers?
Yeah, cheers to Dirty 30. Thank you, Summit.
Yep, thank you, Summit.
Delicious. John, I don't know if you knew this about me, but
You like beer?
I like beer. I'm also an investigative journalist on Twitter, and I've been putting two and two together this week.
Okay.
And I'm going to predict.
Yes.
So Zlatan comes out. I know you love him.
This again.
This again. He comes out and he says, the next thing he has to conquer is the United States. He's already done so great in Europe. And who is the team ready to grab him? He's a Swedish man. He's got to come to Minnesota.
Here's one place where he's not going to come. Minnesota.
Yeah, I know. We have no money for Zlatan.
No, it's not money. I'm sure we'll figure it out. Bill McGuire's a rich guy. He will not come here because of two things: Los Angeles and Miami.
That's true.
He will never, ever set foot.
Yep. The next clubs to come, and plus he's only been with Man U for a couple months.
Also, our stadium is to be outside. He will not even come here to play against us because it's too cold.
Oh, he's from Sweden, man. This is what I'm saying. The guy is a Viking warrior.
The domestication of Zlatan has already happened.
He deserves to be here.
All right.
So soccer has been on soccer has been on the minds of all of us recently. There's all sorts of newsworthy items going on. So we might as well chime in on this show.
Sure.
Most of you guys care what John and I think, hopefully, it seems like, if you're listening. So
at least all two of you who listen to.
Thank you, Mom. So today we're going to cover a couple things. College soccer, first of all, is amping up into the playoffs. The NCAA tourney is starting to get really, really, really good. And if you didn't know, we've got some City players that are all over the tourney. Yeah. City is making their mark on the NCAA for sure. Secondly, you guys voted. We delivered. We've got the one and only Minneapolis City Birdman in the building. Goose is here. Goose is going to join us. And there's word on the street that the speed round is back.
Word on the street.
Yep.
With a twist.
Yep. Also, R.I.P. Jurgen. And welcome back from the dead, Zombie Bruce Arena. There's been some changes going on in the men's national scene, so we're going to talk about that. And it's official. According to the report, Pro Rel is a good thing. But will U.S. soccer listen to the will of the people, John? We'll dig into that.
I don't know. We'll talk about that later.
Again, like Zlatan coming to Minnesota.
Yeah, Jesus.
I just don't know. So, John, we totally shit the bed. Like, we were talking earlier this season, earlier in the podcasting at the end of the summer, we had a great season with a bunch of young guys, and we're going to follow them into college.
Going to these great schools.
Yeah, and you know what?
Wait.
The U.S. Open Cup showed up, and we had other things to talk about.
Well, not to say I did follow these guys.
Yeah.
We just didn't talk about it.
Yeah.
We briefly did, but...
So we're going to jump back into the City at School thing that we had promised the people. So you, John, of course, in your role as director of soccer, basically.
Soccer guy.
So the soccer guy have been following college soccer all year for that reason, just to make sure you're keeping on top of the top talent, especially the guys from Minnesota. So what is going on with the NCAA tournament that is happening right now, and why should people who listen to our podcast give a shit?
First off, Nate, want to give a big shout out to our lady soccer friends over at the University of Minnesota, the only Division I soccer program, male or female, in Minnesota. Had a great year, just rolled through the Big Ten, and we're really sorry to see their tough loss in the tournament, NCAA tournament. But they were. I thought they were going to make a big run. Mm-hmm. A bunch of not only City supporters but Stegman's guys went out and watched their games towards the Big Ten run, and definitely like a very party college atmosphere at their games. And encourage everyone to check them out. They're really good at what they do. Sucks that you guys lost. That's why this game is so beautiful and so heartbreaking at the same time. You'll get them next year, Lady Gophers.
Good at soccer.
Yep.
Hey, whatever happened with Augsburg, by the way?
No. St. Thomas is in we'll get to them later.
Oh, I was going to say, I know our girl Ashley.
Yeah, Ashley.
Played for Augsburg,
yeah.
and they're moving on too to their division.
They lost in the NCAA tournament, I believe, in the second round. And then St. Thomas is like just rolling through. I think they're in the Final Four.
Yeah, D3 Final Four.
Yeah, and there was an article in the newspaper today about this kid that got cut his freshman year and played basketball. Like this super religious kid who he literally says, I wake up at 4:45, I pray, I eat breakfast, I do my homework, I work out, I go to school.
Soccer monk.
Yeah, and he scored not only the game-tying goal with 20 minutes or less left in all the games in the last 4 games, the game-tying goal and the game-winning goal in double overtime in all the games.
Just a warrior priest.
Yeah, read the article. It's in the whatever newspaper we have here. I don't really read it.
The Star Tribune.
Star Tribune. There you go. Unless it's a city article, I don't read it. Or Adam Bells writes it, because Adam Bells is a friend of mine. I do read his articles. But anyways, so Nate, we're down to the Sweet 16 of Division I, and City, like you said, is all over it. Like a salt shaker of City players just sprinkled on all different sides of it. Out of the teams remaining, we have the following teams represented. Luke Hackinson, true freshman at Creighton. I believe he's starting now.
Dude's a stud.
Yeah, he scored some pretty sweet goals.
He joined us for what, the last 2 games of our season?
Because he was with Shattuck and the DA didn't end in time.
Right.
So he was.
They weren't going to release him.
Right. No, they were not going to release him. They were unranked, which is odd for Creighton going into the tournament. But they go up against Providence, who I don't know. I know you didn't see it, or you would have told me about it.
No.
But some of you who are listening may have. Providence went up against number 1 ranked Maryland and was down 4-1 at halftime. And within a 20-minute stretch, they scored 4 goals and won 5-4.
Wow.
Yeah, go online and check it out. And they were like 4 sweet goals.
Because Creighton was the team to watch.
Well, no, this was Maryland. This was Maryland.
You're talking about Maryland. Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but Creighton was, and they just, they didn't have their typical Creighton.
Providence knocked off Maryland. Sorry.
Yeah.
I was not listening.
The game-winning goal, tied 4-4 at the death, comes straight off a corner kick. The guy hits it and bends it back post around the goalie. You have to go
like a Michael Bradley style, kind of like straight from corner, didn't touch anyone.
Yeah, but he hit it outside the foot and it bent around in.
What?
Yeah, go online and watch it. It's not right now, but we have time. Just later. Just sit on your hands.
Okay.
So we wish Luke tons of luck against Providence, who has luck on their side. Providence is actually where Minneapolis City central midfielder Ben Wexler started his college career before finishing at Augsburg. So little fun fact there. Next, we have Max Stegward with the number 4 ranked Louisville as they take on number 13 Notre Dame, which features a captain and Edina's own Evan Pankin, who I will totally be reaching out to this guy because he's a senior, didn't know him, slipped through the cracks. Love to have him come on to City.
Yeah.
So listeners, do us a favor, find him on Twitter, slide into them DMs.
Like maybe, hey, you guys,
hey guy,
maybe you want to check out Minneapolis City this summer if you want to keep fit.
Yep, probably going to end up playing pro somewhere, but if he doesn't, Luke, if you're listening, probably not. We want you to play with us. But
Evan.
Evan. Max's Louisville team knocked off UCLA, featuring Duncan and the one that got away, Jackson Ewell.
Oh God, that guy's a stud.
Yeah, I agree. And the thing is it wasn't like he didn't want to play with us. It was that or under youth national team commitments.
So I mean, this is a guy we're talking about he has the possibility of being picked as our homegrown player.
Right. Exactly.
He could be the Jordan Morris of Minnesota United. Jackson
I would have
Ewell.
just loved one match.
Just to see him.
Just to see him
on our bumpy Hobbit Hill field.
Yeah, right. But they got knocked off. It was a great game. Louisville versus UCLA. But then finally, we have Goose's boys, number 7 Indiana taking on unranked Virginia Tech. Indy taking out perennial power Akron on just a banger of a goal to make it into the next round. And we also want to mention too that we had City's own Connor Stevenson and Ike Forsgren playing at Loyola, making their first ever NCAA appearance and winning, and losing into the second round against Notre Dame, which is now who's taking on Louisville. So we could have even had those guys going up against Max in Louisville. So like I said, sprinkled all over the place. So do yourself a favor, folks. Check out some college soccer. The games start again on this Saturday, 11/26. Go get your college ball on. They're all over TV and the internet. You can watch them on ESPN3 through your friendly Apple TVs and Xbox and PS consoles, or you can watch them on the Big Ten Network, Pac-10, 12 Network if you have those channels. But check them out.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the things that people should think about or keep in mind is that it's not like college football or college hockey. Maybe more like college hockey, but less like college football, where really you've got guys coming from programs all over the country, and there's so many great programs all over the country. With college soccer, there's really only these 20 to 25 great programs.
Mixed in like a random one, like Denver this year is really good.
Yeah, once in a while someone's going to make a run, and I think that it's a testament to Minnesota soccer that there are so many top talents playing for these teams that you can find on these teams, that all of a sudden the national programs that are used to succeeding are starting to look to Minnesota to really grab some talent.
Yep, absolutely, 100%. And not to mention, I don't want to speak lightly of the other players that we had that were playing all throughout the country for City. Samo went on a great run with his squad. With Messiah. Abdallah, I believe, is still in the tournament. I didn't check on him before the podcast today, but I believe Abdallah is still in the tournament. You had Green Bay making their first postseason appearance in a long time with Trey and Steve. Like we said, we have guys sprinkled.
I think even Western Michigan did okay with Hoof, right?
Yeah, Western Michigan. I mean, they had a rough season, but
did they?
Yeah, you're thinking of Northern Michigan.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, Western Michigan. Yeah,
so many Michigans.
Yeah, but Hoof had a little bit of a rough season, but he captained the side, I believe, for at least a few games, if not all of them. And
a sophomore.
Yeah, and played center back this year, which is a role he didn't play with at City.
That's why you go to a school like that, though, is because you can be a captain as a sophomore.
Well, and play Division I college soccer.
Exactly.
Like a lot of it.
Yeah.
Yep. So we look forward to catching up with all those guys and having them come back in. Will Kidd at Bradley also. So yeah, I mean, go check out some college soccer.
All right. So speaking of number 7, Indiana University, we have our very own Hoosier here in the building with us.
Yes, we do, ladies and gents. The Twitter poll has spoken, and while it was close, Goose outpaced the competition as usual to win the honor of being interviewed by Nate and I today as the first player in the new season to be interviewed. Please welcome to the mic the Birdman, the one and only Goose. Goose, how you doing, man? Good to talk to you.
Hey, I'm good. Nice to talk to you guys as well.
So you've gotten stuck by the elements. So we are unfortunately not able to have you in studio, but welcome back home.
Thank you. It's nice to be home. It's a needed break. It's hectic.
Do you have the whole week off then? You got home pretty early.
Yep. I have the whole week, and then I head back down to campus for the rest of the tournament.
That's pretty slick. Hey, so when you went back, or when you went to Indiana and you're joining up as a freshman, did you tell the guys down there, call me Goose, or do you go as Isaac down in Bloomington?
No. So I was kind of coming in as Goose because during the recruiting process, the coaches had obviously heard it as Goose. So when I came in, they had already gotten in the habit of calling me Goose, and it kind of stuck in with the guys as well.
It would have been great if it was like they called you something like Mark, or just like some random thing.
So you've got almost a full semester under your belt here. How's everything been going so far? How's the adjustment to college life?
I had thought, honestly, it'd be a little bit more difficult than it has been. It's very time-consuming, so you don't have that much time to actually concern yourself about what you've left behind or missing home or anything like that. You kind of jump right into the whole soccer process, schooling process, and you keep yourself pretty busy. Yeah,
especially, I suppose, as an athlete, your life is pretty regimented. You've got practice certain times. You have class the rest of the time. Maybe you get to hang out with a couple dudes a couple nights a week, but otherwise it's...
When you have study tables and everything like that too, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Well, you got to keep those grades up so you can play some soccer, right?
Indeed.
So you joined Indiana as a redshirt freshman. Did you know that was your situation going in?
I had come in with you guys obviously knowing that I didn't finish out the season with City last year because of my injury. So I had gone in injured to Indiana, and that was kind of their thought was they were going to start off just by medically redshirting me. I ended up healing up a little bit quicker than they thought, but I still ended up being in a place where I needed to redshirt.
That's cool. So that seems to me like it would be both like frustrating and a huge relief all at once. And I say that like, have you dealt with that transition to play in for most of your high school career and through the summer to all of a sudden like not playing? Like, how'd you deal with that transition?
Yeah, it was. I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty tough at first. It's kind of a hard thing to grasp. It brings a sense of humility at the same time, but you have to recognize where you are and where you stand. And at the end of the day, it was best for me to redshirt. I ended up getting a lot better, physically a lot better in terms of fitness and being able to read the game a little bit faster, which was needed, without losing a year of eligibility on minuscule amount of minutes I otherwise would have had.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry,
that's what I felt like would be a huge relief is like you get to jump in as a freshman. You don't have to worry about stuff like competing for a starting spot or keeping up week to week in whether or not you can line up against these other people. You can focus on you. You do you for the first year, right?
Exactly.
And the correct me if I'm wrong, the players that are kind of glass ceilings for you right now and would have been this year are upperclassmen, right?
Yeah, we have quite a few upperclassmen. We have a couple on the back line that are seniors. There's our two outside forwards are seniors that mostly play, and then midfielders are seniors. So it should be a pretty good turnover, but a pretty good base coming in as well.
So it'll be kind of wide open for you to come in your redshirt year to look for minutes and hopefully kind of securing that starting spot.
Yeah, it'll be a good opportunity to find something in there. There's a lot of really, really good players, so the depth is definitely there. It'll be a battle to see who can find that starting spot.
Shocker, Indiana has good soccer.
Weird. Has your coaching staff really given you throughout the semester any indication of their plans for you and for your future at IU?
Basically what they keep telling me is that if I continue to do the things that I'm doing and work and get better at some of the smaller things in my game, I'll be a wonderful player to utilize because there's another factor towards the fact that I can bring a dribbling side as well and unbalanced defenses. So they hope to use me in that sense as we move forward.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty good advice for a freshman is just keep working, keep getting better. What position are you feeling like they're looking to slot you in at?
Probably right forward is kind of the place they're looking to put me right now.
So a role that's similar to kind of how you were playing here in Minneapolis. Just
Yep.
Get up the field as fast as you can, do a little dribble, take a couple shots.
Yep, exactly. Try to keep the attack rolling.
I mean, that's kind of nice, too, that we know kind of what you thought was the benefits of, and we'll kind of touch on that a little bit, the benefits of coming in with us last summer as you prepared that the system and style of play that we like to play is going to fit well with the college that you're playing at. Yeah,
it did. There was one major thing that was helpful was just simply the physicality piece of it. I had played club, I had played in the development academy, but there's no replacement just going up against bigger dudes, You get to Indiana and you got 6'4", 200-pound center backs that you're going against. You got to figure out how to hold yourself up in there.
Yeah, I think that's something Samo said too, didn't he? That like he was surprised that now I'm playing against men.
With Ian too.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah.
so for all the younger players out there, Goose, who maybe year after year after year decide what to try to decide what to do after high school and after their DA stint ends, what, if anything, what did your first year with City do to help your transition going into college? I know you just talked about, being able to line up against some real physical guys, some grown ass men. Is there anything else that your experience here at City has helped to transition into college?
A couple things. We're coming into a completely new team. You have to acclimate yourself, and that's something that you're going to be able to relate to when you get to the campus. Is these are new dudes from all over the place that you need to quickly become teammates with. More than just a guy you're on the pitch passing the ball around with. You need some sort of relationship for it to work out. So you got to learn how to build those. And then also, just because everyone's so much bigger and stronger and faster, the play moves so much faster. And that's something that you have to start coping with and reading a little bit better. And that's what helped me going in through with that.
So we know that he's gone and he's done. The news broke today. But earlier in the week, maybe it was just at the end of the weekend, Jurgen Klinsmann came out and he said he lamented the culture in America for that where kids coming out of high school go to college. Do you feel like your choice to go to college is stunting your development in soccer in any way?
I don't personally feel that. I know that other countries don't have this whole college system, especially England, but that they have a whole different background system that is confounding variable in that. And I think that my personal decision to go to college has helped me grow and get better, and it was the best choice that could have been done for where I am.
Yeah, I think, that's one of the things. We'll talk about Clinzy, later in the show, but I think that's one of the things he doesn't really understand about that statement and about this whole culture in America where you almost have to get a secondary education. Right. That to say, like, if you're not serious about soccer, you're obviously gonna go to college. Like you're going to college because there's life after soccer, and you need to be able to support yourself.
Right. Yeah, it's a little bit different than what, like you were saying, the Europeans have a little bit different freeway system to professionalism. But I think that, in the comments that you made about it in your specific situation is that you're going to a program that's like a perennial powerhouse that has kicked out like pro soccer players. You're not going to like a community college for 2 years instead of going to play pro soccer. Yeah. So you're getting a great education too. So I think that where Klinsmann falls down on that is that he just doesn't quite understand that you can do both. I mean, he picked Jordan Morrison for the World Cup or for the for the national team after Morris after playing against Stanford in World Cup tune-ups. So it's like you can't have both sides of the coin here, pal. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think if the whole country was the population of Minnesota, I could understand that.
Yeah, absolutely.
I could understand that like everybody that's serious about soccer has to go directly into an academy system and never stop
and play for us first.
Right, exactly. But you know what? We've got a nation of 300+ million people, and you're gonna end up having to look after yourself first. And the Pulisics of the world and the Cameron Vickers of the world and stuff are going to be able to do their thing when they're 18, and Lord love them for it.
Right.
But those guys are going to be like 1 in a million,
right?
If you're lucky, versus 1 in whatever it is,
right?
Yeah. A couple 100,000 being from Germany or England.
So good choice for you. Way
great work. Hey, stay in school, kids.
Yeah, get that degree.
Hey man, so when we've talked about this with a couple other players, and I may have talked to you about it too in the past over the summer. But when you went and started off at Indiana as a true freshman, what did you tell your teammates about what you did this summer?
Basically, well, obviously incorporated into my summer was a lot of rehab because of my knee. But I kind of told them I started out just playing with a local club that's starting up, a local semi-pro club in the PLA, and they kind of asked about it because it wasn't a league that they had necessarily heard of,
right,
or been super immersed in. They come from all over the place, California, things like that. So not a lot of them are familiar with this region, and just got through explaining some of the things that we did and the traveling and the play that we did. It was fun.
So none of them really had that kind of experience over the summer?
Some of them would play PDL or for Indy 11 or something along those lines, but that would be our sophomores and juniors and things like that, wherever coach would spit them off to.
Are they like doing Indy 11 like Minnesota United Reserves, like it's the Indy 11 Reserves, or were they?
I think it's the reserves. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, were there any freshmen that came in that were doing anything similar to what you were doing?
Not that I know of. No.
Sweet. We have a case study.
Yeah.
Perfect.
You were a true advertising account executive.
Yeah. Thank you for being our
develop
case
a case study out of this.
Well, I mean,
get some statistics, get some research going.
Well, I mean, I think the important part is, a lot of people haven't heard of it because the guys that you were talking with are in leagues that are national, where we are Midwestern regional for obvious reasons, budget. We won't even get into all those things, but you were afforded the opportunity to start that true college type pro style environment. Right out of high school. And I think that a lot of guys, and why I call it a case study, is that a lot of players that don't know what to do when they're done with high school, that have the opportunity to have a high profile scholarship like yourself, they need to know that there's these places that are available for them to kind of soften that blow once they get to college.
Exactly.
So, Goose, forget that right now I'm sitting next to the sporting director for Minneapolis City, because I've gotten a couple tweets since I announced that we're going to be interviewing you on this podcast, and they all want to know. People want to know, and there's a rumor going around that you might be re-signing with City for one more campaign. I don't want to put you on the spot, but I'm going to put you on the spot. Is that true?
I'll have to see. I would like to. I also have to check in with my coach at Indiana and see what he wants me to do over the summer. Definitely an interest of mine. Just have to see where he wants me to go.
I think this is something that we're hearing from a lot of the players, right? Is that I'm going to check with my coach first. It's different to get guys straight out of high school or straight out of the St. Croix Academy or straight out of MTA.
Or just guys that have a job.
Right, that can just dive right in. But now that we're getting some players that have some skin in the game, we have to deal with a couple levels of approval.
Right. You're not asking your parents just straight out anymore.
You've got money on the line, really.
Yeah.
Because your scholarship is in jeopardy if you get hurt and you can't play and you're done for the next 3 years. So that makes total sense.
You essentially have a soccer boss. He just
someone to talk to through everything.
Yeah. You're accountable to somebody. But no, like Nate said, there's quite a few guys that had to talk to their coaches and a couple cases where they may speak to me about what is this thing that you're doing there to make sure that their guys have a good home. But like we told all of them, and like I mentioned to you, talk to your coaches, and I'm happy to completely give an unbiased opinion about whether or not you should come back.
Well, if anything, we know you're going to have a loving home waiting for you here.
Yeah. Yes.
This
100%.
is true.
100%. All right. Well, so there's this thing that we did last year with the guests, and I'm not quite sure if you heard or listened to any of the podcasts last year, Goose, but we do this thing called the speed round. Did you listen?
Oh, no.
Did you listen to
I
this?
have not heard this.
Oh, all right.
Can't quite make it that deep into the episodes.
Right, yeah, right. So we're doing it again, except there's a twist this year. The speed round is now brought to you by Lupien Auto, an official sponsor of Minneapolis City Soccer Club. And the People's Pitch Speed Round. Head over to the Valley of Gold and get taken care of by the great folks at Lupien. For more information, visit lupien.com.
I bought my first car from them.
Perfect. Look at that. All right, Goose. So here's how the speed round works. It's 10 questions. Some of them are easy. Some of them don't have a right answer or a wrong answer. Some do. I will ask that you cannot go to the next question without answering the previous one.
No passes.
There's no passes, so you have to give an answer. You can take as much time as you'd like, but we'd like you to do it quickly because it is called the speed round. Mm-hmm. So I tell everyone else who's done this, do you need to take a quick break, like drink some water, like stretch a little bit, or are you ready to dive right in?
Might as well just dive right in. I mean, let's go for it.
Okay, great. Good to hear. Okay, so question number 1. Name the first 5 birds that come to your mind. Go.
Cardinal, blue jay, hawk, crow, and eagle.
Oh, he's got crow. That's good.
Nice. Like it. Okay, complete the following sentence. Duck, blank.
Goose.
Yeah. Okay, In 1871, the first documented professional game in what sport was played in Indiana?
Cricket.
False. Baseball.
What? Really?
All right.
Yeah. Baseball. You feel free to use that one on the ladies.
All right.
Okay, choose one. Frank Ribery or Arjen Robben?
Robin.
And why?
I think he's dicey with his left foot, and Ribery is. I'm surprised he's not done playing. He's so old.
Ribery looks like a Bond villain.
Yeah,
He's just such an ugly caricature of a Frenchman.
Like a random hot iron went rogue on him. All right, so who's your favorite soccer player?
Lionel Messi.
Messi. Okay, so who is your favorite soccer player on City not named Goose?
Steve.
Steve.
It's all the nicknames.
He'll be happy to hear that. Okay. As always, we throw a would you rather question in there. I feel like
this one's for the kids.
This one's for the kids. Would you rather have Snapchat or YouTube taken away from you?
YouTube.
Okay. So
What?
Whoa. I follow Goose on Snapchat. That's why I had to ask the question. He's a snapper.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Does it get wild?
Goose is a snapper. What's your best soccer moment?
I'd probably say my first ever soccer goal. Most proud moment. Kicked it into my own net. That's really what started all this off.
You were hooked.
It's only up from there, man. There's no down from there.
Only improvement.
Okay, 2 more questions. Number 9. What's your best moment as a City player?
I'd probably say my first goal as well.
That was in the right net.
Yes.
that was in the correct net that time though. We were playing Croatian Eagles at home. It was a good one.
Yeah, you pretty much single-handedly owned those guys.
How many goals before that was he denied in the box?
There was a couple. Yeah, you got fouled a couple times before they actually called.
Brought down for 2 penalties beforehand.
Yep.
In other games.
Yeah.
All right, the final question, and this one might not be as easy as it sounds. There have been a total of 4 players for City that have worn the patented Mr. Stegman's captain armband for one match. That includes the Open Cup run and the summer. Who are they?
Wow. Okay.
And what I will tell you is, you know all of them. It's not like some random guy we brought in just for the Open Cup.
Okay. I know all of them. Let's see.
Hard.
Has Elder played with Stegman's?
Well, no. So Stegman's is just the armband. So they've
So
all
like
been,
the captain's armband. Who's
they've
been the
all-
captain of
They've
City?
all been City captains.
Yeah. Okay. I'm gonna say Elder.
Okay. Correct.
Oh wow.
There's like a
And this
real
includes
easy, there's a real
this
easy
includes Summer, right?
Yeah, just
Yep.
the summer.
one. Summer and the Open Cup.
Trey.
Okay.
Yep.
Wow. These are the 2 I have right now. AAO probably.
Incorrect.
Oh, what? I did it to him. I was whispering it to him.
Incorrect.
You
Theo
on
had
that
totally
one.
worn the armband. Who? What? Yes, he did. I saw him.
Nope.
You're a liar.
There are
Alright.
2 more.
Okay,
I'll give
2
you.
more.
I'll
Keep
give you.
guessing.
I'll give you 2 more guesses.
That was my fault.
Ba, has he worn it?
He has not.
He should.
Yeah. He. Yeah. Absolutely.
Has Wex worn it?
Wex has not. Okay, so
What?
There's
Wow.
the one that you didn't get was the most difficult one because it happened during the tune-up into the Open Cup, and that was AJ. AJ wore the armband for one match.
Wow. All right.
Nate can approve that it happened. It was FC Minneapolis. He wore the armband.
I saw it. Yep.
Yep. And the other one is the one and only youngest captain of all time for Minneapolis City. Mr. Steve Ian Smith wore the armband for the second half against Fargo.
Oh, because he got taken off. Or because he went on.
and
That's what I mean.
and took the armband. So
that's funny.
so not only so now the score is Goose won, Steve won because he stumped you on this question, but you beat him to be the first interview. So
Yeah.
we'll have to figure out how to level that score later.
I'm sorry,
on.
dude. I thought it was. I swear AO has worn the armband.
Like I
Hey,
said,
I would have. I would have thought that as well. So,
like I said, some are easy, some are hard.
I'm gonna have to go to the stats on that.
Go to the stat book. All right, Goose. Well done, my man. Thank you so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you back in the pitch in the city colors if your coach approves. Once again, I'll totally give him the unbiased opinion. And good luck the rest of the way with the Hoosiers. How about we figure out how to play Louisville or Creighton in an all-city NCAA final, and we'll see if we can maybe get a hold of you and kick the ball around over the winter break.
Yeah, that'd be pretty exciting, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it would. It would. All right, man. Well, good luck. Good luck with the end of your semester, and we appreciate you having a few minutes to talk to us today.
Hey, yeah, thank you guys.
Thanks,
problem.
Goose.
See you, Goose. Happy
See
Thanksgiving.
ya. You too.
Oh, that was great.
We love having the Birdman. Such a young guy, so well spoken.
I was gonna say so well spoken. There was some. I think he dropped permutations.
Yeah. But he probably did the whole interview with like the goggles on and then like Bunsen beakers and things like bubbling concoctions.
The professor.
Yeah, the professor. Professor Goose.
I love it.
We look forward to the possibility of having Goose back in the famous Crow White and Pink.
I hope so.
Yep, I hope so too.
So,
All right, Nate.
John, I don't know if you saw this or not this week, but a little company called Deloitte was tasked with doing some research on the viability of promotion and relegation in the United States. And they looked at, this was led by a guy that owns Miami FC, I believe. And they looked at this to find some factors for and against the introduction of Pro-Rel. And guess what? Turns out it might be a pretty good idea here in the U.S. So...
Yeah, we needed a study. We just need to like turn on the TV every Saturday or Sunday.
This is the thing: is like businessmen respond to data. They don't respond to impassioned pleas by the Twitterverse. They don't respond to angry protests outside their building. They respond to data and how it's going to affect the bottom line, how it's going to hit their wallet.
Absolutely.
So this is the way to do it, I think. And there's some high level findings that really lead up to their conclusion. And really, first of all, keep in mind that the United States is third in population, but somehow 22nd in FIFA rankings, probably lower after our 4-0 ass kicking by Costa Rica.
We'll get to that.
Right. MLS, which we all love to hate, the MLS attendance has really been stagnant. And most teams lose money. Where they're getting this attendance boost to cover the money loss is the expansion. Right, you look at Seattle Sounders when they joined the league.
Man, they made
attendance went up 800%
I bet you Atlanta is going to bring the heat.
Right, 822%.
When it
went into MLS, Atlanta Sounders attendance went up. Seattle Sounders attendance went up. Montreal went up 98%. Portland went up 76%. Like, people are just showing up for games when they know that you're in the big leagues, right?
Minnesota's going to add that bump next year.
The problem is that most teams lose money. So that means like you're going to get that first season, second season bump, and then it's going to plop out. However, fans 8-1 are for Pro-Rel, and they would watch United States men's soccer games 8 times more. They would watch club soccer 7 times more. They would attend live games 6 times more if a Pro-Rel system was here in the country, and they would buy season tickets twice as much. So how does all this make Pro-Rel a good idea? Let's dig in. John, first of all, why do you think Pro-Rel works in other countries and not here?
I believe it works in other countries is because if you look at the infrastructure of their leagues, you're looking at a more concentrated area. It's smaller. Mm-hmm. So like look at London. There's like 7 teams in London.
7 pro teams, like D1 teams in London.
Yeah, like big time
Premier League teams.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
So you have these big stadiums in this concentrated area, and there's loyalties that lie there, right? Mm-hmm. So you look at that, and then you look at the global TV revenue money of these other leagues. Like Italy and Germany and the Dutch Eredivisie are starting to like slowly come to the U.S. market.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest with you, even though I'm a huge...
The Dutch even.
Yeah, I'm a huge EPL fan. But when I'm watching Dortmund versus
God, that Dortmund Bayern game on Saturday was awesome.
It's way better than watching the El Clasico in Spain because it's always a bunch of like guys flopping around the field. That game was like those two German teams were punching each other in the face and responding.
Yes.
But the thing is you find the same thing when you watch Darmstadt versus Wolfsburg in the lower tier of the Division 1 in the Bundesliga.
Yeah, it's just a matter of, do you know these players? Do you care about these players?
Right. You find more attractive style soccer, and it's because of the fact that there is that revenue that's pumping back in. The leagues are healthier. There is no way you're going to ever sell a Englishman or a German or a Dutchman or anyone across the pond on a subscription to the MLS ticket because they don't feel as if the product is up to par with what they can see on a daily basis.
Right,
where
absolutely.
we have the opposite of that.
Where it's like, please give me an awesome product.
Yeah, and it's just like, I cannot wait to watch Man U Arsenal tie 1-1 and Arsenal score on the only shot on goal that they had the whole entire game.
Hey, we did it.
Yep. Right? Exciting.
That's why and by the way, now I'm saying we.
Yeah.
Right, that's the thing is like
you're in.
Look at all the fan organizations around the cities, around the country as we've found something we loved in a team that is
in a foreign country.
Yeah, an ocean away.
Right.
Why can't we find what we love in a team that's here? And there are a lot of issues behind this.
So
and I
why
think
it works?
This is why people want it so badly.
Right.
In the United States, they want a team that they can latch onto for better or worse.
Right.
That is right outside their door.
There's also there's no reason for a lower level team to want to go into MLS at this point,
right?
Because of how expensive it really is. Whereas these other leagues, yeah, they're expensive, but as soon as you score that goal, you can go back to when Jay DeMerit was at Watford and he scored the world's most expensive goal, which is in the playoff for the championship that gets you into the Premier League. That is like hundreds of millions of dollars that get immediately it's like a heroin injection into a junkie.
Yeah, imagine
hundreds of millions of dollars into a soccer
club. The TV money is there. Obviously, the sponsorships are there.
Yep. Like the fans across the pond, like other country, like everyone comes out of the woodwork. Look at Leicester. I guarantee you, they just got a huge shot in the arm, winning the title, right? And they're not doing that well this year, but who cares? They had like an improbable and impossible run that everyone got behind. So you don't have that here. Also, the system at which they have youth and second division teams that fall under the first division and second division in Europe. Specifically, I'll speak to Germany because I have more knowledge there.
Yeah.
More homegrown players are coming through. Now we've finally got to DAs and signing homegrown players, so things like that. So there's no benefit to seeing a guy grow up from a youth academy in the United States.
This is what I was talking about earlier.
Yeah.
Where Klinsmann came out and he said, he doesn't understand why American kids go to college to play soccer. Well, it's because there's no guarantee afterwards. But if there's a clear path from, junior high
U18s
to DA to all of a sudden now I can go to college and learn things, or I can possibly go to the professional level immediately, that would be there.
Right.
I mean, they would take that path.
Right.
But that path isn't there for us.
And then the guy who's in the second division scoring goals and then helping his team get promoted, and he's a hometown guy, it adds to it. And there's no designated player salary cap bullshit that they have to deal with in Europe. There's some financial restraints as far as teams are concerned, but there's no.
But if the money is there, the money is there, and if you can buy, if you can spend $200 million on transfers in an off season, do it.
Yeah, and if you can't, you deal with what you have and you try to stay up. And that it's almost like when you're getting on FIFA. Do you start a career with Barcelona or do you start a career with Getafe and you try to win your way promotion?
Well, that's my thing. Is I start a career with Notts County or Portsmouth, where it's I don't have a lot of money and I have a couple good players.
Gotta get creative.
Yeah, it's more fun that way.
It's real life FIFA, and we don't have that here.
No,
so that was kind of a long-winded answer for you on the first question that you had for me. But there's so many factors on why it works elsewhere and it doesn't work here because we have such a monopoly of soccer here, where it's 4 guys sitting around in a room, like just throwing darts at a dartboard with trying to come up with like what to do next.
Right.
And they just keep hitting on not letting promotion relegation be a thing because of the fact that it costs so much to be in the top tier.
Right, but the thing is that money is there. Like, it already costs a ton to be in the top. Like,
yeah,
doesn't matter if it's Chinese investors or American investors or English investors or
whatever.
Arab investors.
Yeah.
The money is there in the Premier League top tier. The money is there in the German top tier. Right, all that money, like, if your team is successful, people want to make money off you.
But people who have that money, you talked about bottom line.
Invest in it.
They don't want to lose it if
Right.
their team is a pile of flaming dog shit.
Right, so you got to invest in it.
And they go straight back down. So,
Like Hull City.
yeah.
So,
But Hull's constantly up and down.
Up and down,
They're
up and down.
fluctuating with
Right.
that revenue stream. Where in the U.S., if
you're either up or you're UPL or whatever.
you're just somewhere else.
Yeah.
You're either in or out.
Or you're some regional league in Washington.
Yep.
And
Or-
right now that doesn't exist.
Or you're
So
in the PLA.
What I think that brings us to why people want this so badly in the United States, why people are so passionate
Yeah.
about this in the United States, is that we want the teams that we can get excited about, that regionally we get excited about, to succeed, or to at least be able to succeed
Right.
on a national level. And it's way easier in England or any other country because, like you said, it's a lot smaller area. I mean, you just think about London. So you think about London, and you've got first team Watford, Arsenal, Tottenham, West Ham, Crystal Palace, Chelsea, and then that's not even counting second tier leagues like Fulham, or second tier teams like
QPR.
Fulham, QPR, Millwall, Leyton Orient, right, Barnet, even Dagon Red, Charlton Athletic, like Wimbledon. Some of these teams that are in London are just literally neighborhood teams, John. But
Wimbledon.
they have the opportunity, if they find the right money, if they find the right talent, to move up.
Grow the players. Yep.
Right? And grow the market. And if they succeed, awesome. And you're going to make more money off them. If they don't succeed, then you're going to be the Dagon Red of the world, Dagon and Redbridge. But still, like, Leyton Orient has been up and down. They've got a storied history. You think about Portsmouth.
Leyton Orient is 100% comfortable being in the second division.
Yeah.
And they are okay with that.
And they've got their P&L set.
Yeah.
They know what it takes to be in the second division.
if they go up, they may be a little scared because they have to make adjustments.
Now I have to buy some people.
And I have to make stadium adjustments, and I have to do all this. I kind of like it where I'm at.
But
they will take the money and run with it if they make it up.
that's all behind the scenes. I think the possibility of doing that keeps fans involved.
100%.
Like the pride behind your neighborhood team, and the possibility that you could be the David to the Goliath next season keeps fans super involved. And I think that's something that we're missing out on here in America. So could this work at the highest level in the United States, John?
I can see the next question. So I'm gonna fast forward this question and say,
Could it work at all?
answer your first question. It could work, but it's not going to, as long as there's people in charge that won't let it happen. The original commissioner of MLS, I think he would have let it happen. Back then, when it was half-filled stadiums and you were getting draws in lower level leagues anyways, that it could have worked. And there would have been mandates on size of soccer-specific stadiums and things like that.
Yeah.
We have in the PLA. We have mandates on size of stadium we need, amenities, things like that. Can it work at all? I believe so. And I've talked to some friends who are just like diehard pro rel people, and I don't want to say that I'm like 100% pro rel. I think it would be great. I don't think that that's going to ever happen in this country at the highest level, because I don't think that they're going to let it happen, because the almighty dollar is going to rule out.
Yes.
But it could work if you look at the tiers underneath MLS.
Yes. Well, this is kind of where I was seeing it too, because I think part of this report that's really important is that it said that right now, the way that MLS is structured, it can't work because we haven't reached critical mass.
Right.
Right? We're not at an NFL or MLB style like huge league where there's not enough room for expansion. Right? So until there's no room for expansion, the money invested in professional soccer is going to go up. And then once that's done, once MLS says, you know what, our market just can't sustain this, then the money is going to go down one level. And all of a sudden, UPL or USL or NASL or some of these other bottom leagues are going to start getting money. And then at that point, once you see it can be viable regionally and not nationally, then I feel like the money is going to start pumping in. And like you said, the money goes where the money goes, the decisions go.
Also, if you look at I point my finger at U.S. soccer.
Yeah.
Look at the Open Cup. Look at what we have had to go through as a lower level team, and look at the benefits that MLS teams and even teams at higher divisions get.
Well, besides the fact that it's disgusting and disgustingly unorganized at our stage,
it's almost laughable that like it looks like an intern is running it, and I say that like with all seriousness aside, like what the hell is going on there? Yeah. You don't find out like the draw is supposed to happen today. It's like this is the rule, and then you find out 2 days later, oh, got postponed.
Sorry.
Yeah, sorry. Teams that are hinging on telling
living
people,
and dying. Like,
yeah.
Do you take time off for this or not?
Right. Like, I have a job. I need to figure this out.
Yeah.
Also, like, randomly canceling our next round. Really not a whole lot behind that. Didn't tell us why. Really, we had to kind of dig to get an answer off of like Reddit and Twitter of people who like are speculating and have good reasons.
Yeah.
I look at U.S. soccer as being completely disorganized from the top down. Look at the fact that we talk about the almighty dollar. Getting on total soapbox here.
No, that's great.
You look at talk about the almighty dollar. We have to like break bank and like think about things like Kickstarter funding and donations and getting a sponsor to travel just for us to have the opportunity to win one or two more games, to be able to cash in on like a payday that is equal to the travel fund given to the MLS teams for their first round.
Right.
What the hell is that? Why are they getting it and we actually need it? They don't need like $8,500 to travel.
Yeah.
They can suck a big fat one. They can pay for it themselves because they have the money. We don't.
There are so many economically. There are so many issues with how MLS and First Division soccer is structured that, you know, we'll say they don't need $800 to travel. $8,000 to travel, and yet, the disparity between their most paid player and their least paid player is literally
so
millions of dollars.
Right. Look at Columbus Crew playing against FC Cincinnati, literally down the freeway, would still get $8,500 to travel there.
Yep. And where do you think that money goes? Sweet hotels?
No, it goes into the pocket of the owner who's saying like, I'm going to get a charter bus for $400 and send my team down
guys.
there.
Good luck.
Yeah, here's a somewhat okay hotel for you to stay in. Right? Like here's 3.5 stars and up. That's what I'm saying. Where we have to fly to California or Colorado from Minnesota with 18 players. With 18 players.
Good luck.
Right. So I think U.S. soccer is the problem and not necessarily the MLS, but MLS is like 1B.
Right.
So I don't think it's going to work, but I think it would be a hell of a great experiment if all the lower leagues, APL, PLA, MPSL, PDL, we just got together and we're like, all right, we're all playing in like high school stadiums anyways, so why worry about that? Let's just make a couple mandated rules and let's try pro rel at a lower level and then show the bigger guys that you can do this.
Yeah,
and let's rock it out. That'd be so sweet, right?
It would, and I think the other trick of it is how regional soccer is in America.
Right.
Like look at the challenges we're faced traveling from Minneapolis to Milwaukee, just for the western half of our league.
Right.
Imagine if we had to go to Toledo. Right. Imagine if we had to go to Toledo. How would we do that? That's like a weekend.
Yep.
At least.
Right.
Right. That's a 4-day trip, and we don't really have that kind of money. So I think that.
But if it was injected into our
if that money was there.
Right.
Right. Exactly. So speaking of U.S. soccer, they have made one, in my opinion, great decision this week, and that is saying auf wiedersehen to Jurgen.
Yep. So, yeah.
Just under 6 years in charge, John. And I remember we worked together when they hired him, and you were pumped.
Yeah, and I can tell you why I was pumped, but I'll let you get through what you wanted to.
Oh, that was it. I think that was it. I think you were pumped because I think you were excited for the level of commitment that he was going to bring to the development of youth players.
Yes.
I think you were excited because he was going to start considering players that were foreign born, which I think most of our great players are at this point.
Right.
And I think you were excited for the success that you know Klinsmann for as a player.
Yes. All of those things that you said are all the positive things about Jurgen Klinsmann.
Yep.
What was the one negative?
He can't win games.
He cannot coach. Literally, just like, yeah.
Oof.
Cannot coach.
I mean, I think a 2-1 loss to Mexico is excusable. Like, that's a pretty good team.
Not in freaking Columbus. We own Columbus now. You don't let that happen.
Yeah.
You don't let it happen.
Okay.
You don't run a weird Christmas tree formation.
Surprise! Hey, this is the formation you guys are going to run.
We've never done it.
Deal with it.
Yeah, never run it before in a competitive match. But we're in Columbus. It's cold out. Mexico can't play in the cold. And then what do? They came in and slapped us in the face. We lost.
But the thing with Mexico is they literally threw themselves in front of our players in every way they could to disrupt us, knowing that like we had home field advantage and we had no organization. So if they could just disrupt the little organization that we had, I remember the Pulisic break that he had, where the dude literally fell on his belly,
laid straight down. I was watching with some
I've
friends.
never seen that.
It's like, what is this guy doing?
You know what though? It worked.
You know where you see that? You see that when in 3v3 when there's no goalie and you're the last guy back and you just lay down in front of the goal.
It worked, man.
It worked.
That's some Mexican ass fucking Tijuana soccer. Right
so like you said, we talked about Mexico, but we also know that we lost in Costa Rica, and Costa Rica was just a walking ass whipping, and no one played well. I don't even want to get into that game, but that was kind of what put the cherry on the schnitzel and caused,
that was it.
Yeah.
Is that what you do?
Yeah,
with schnitzel?
Yep.
Okay.
I mean, if you're gonna fire someone, you put the cherry on top.
Here you are, sir.
Yeah.
And here is the cherry.
Yeah.
That's not what goes on. Oh, I understand.
Here is the cherry. Pack up your things.
It's the German pig slip.
Yep. Exactly. I would know. No, so that was the last thing. But Clincy put up 55 wins, 16 draws, and 27 losses across all competitions. So not a bad record in just under 6 years. But, we already started talking about what your thoughts on the dismissal.
Yeah.
I think I want to add a couple quick things before we keep going. I think he doesn't get it. He doesn't understand why he got let go, I think he looks at it as like, I am right and you are wrong. Very German of him, right?
Indeed. Well, he doesn't even understand why his kid went to college.
Right, exactly. So, I mean, I was excited about the fact that he was going to open the doors to bringing players in, which he did. I mean, I don't know. You can't say John Brooks would never have been a U.S. soccer player. Maybe. With a name like John Brooks. Yeah, right, exactly. John Anthony Brooks.
Right.
Like, come on. Right? You're about as American as it gets.
Right.
Yeah.
But with these Mexican guys.
Right. I mean, Jesse Orozco. I mean, there's a whole list of them.
Yep.
A list of players from all over the country that Jurgen and his scouting network opened up.
Even Julian Green.
Yeah, Julian Green. Those guys may not have been there. Whether you want them to be there or not, we increased the breadth and
the pool.
Depth of talent in our pool because of Jurgen Klinsmann. What I'm reading is that players thought he wanted them to do one thing, and then he criticizes them for doing another. Then you have a fight between your best players and your coach. You have assistant coaches who think a game plan is one thing, and then the next day it changes because he had a thought. Mad scientist, crazy Doc Brown, building the flux capacitor because he hit his head on the toilet. You had that with him.
Yeah.
He is more of a technical director. He is not an X's and O's coach. And you saw it with his weird formations, his changing of shit. Here's a just novel idea. One team in Europe pays this guy millions of dollars to be at this position because they
play
know
him at that fucking position.
Yep.
Jeff Cameron.
Yep. Play him where it lies. Play him where he gets paid money to play. Right? That's the type of shit that baffled me, and I think is the reason what added on to him eventually being dismissed. Not to mention that the fact that the World Cup is on the line.
Yes.
And if you miss a World Cup,
we're the number 3 biggest country in the world. We can't miss the World Cup.
Look what happened when Spain missed the World Cup. They missed one World Cup. They scrapped scorched earth, and now look at them. It was what they needed. So the flip side of the coin is missing a World Cup what we need to scorch the earth, to just drop the napalm and do it again.
I mean, I think that would give us the excuse
to do it over.
To drop guys like Jermaine Jones, to drop guys like, not Fabian Johnson, but the other guy, Timmy Chandler.
Kyle Beckerman.
To drop Beckerman, your favorite. Drop our entire stable of goalkeepers. Can I just drop napalm
on his house?
No, I'm just saying, like, there are players that are 32 and older on this team that would not be playing for any other national team.
And they won't even
maybe Serbia or some shit.
They won't make it through the World Cup cycle to actually play it because it's you're pushing 40 playing a World Cup. It's not happening.
You can't depend on these guys. And Jermaine Jones adds some physicality and all these things, but like the guys you got to rely on moving forward are guys like Bobby Wood, guys like Pulisic, guys like Darlington Nagbe,
Josie
who somehow has not been called up. Like shit like this just blows my mind. So I'm really happy to see, hopefully, Bruce Arena opening the door to foreign players.
What a great segue, Nate.
Right.
The hiring of Bruce Arena. Two-folded question: is he the answer for now?
Yes.
And were you even a soccer fan last time he was in charge?
You know what? I was not, and I don't know. The first
Luckily, I can explain to his tenure.
The first World Cup game that I saw was 2010. So no,
so much to teach you.
I was not a fan back when Bruce Arena was the coach, but I read a lot about him, and I'm excited to see. Everyone seems excited about him. He seems to have changed a couple of opinions that I feel like have moved U.S. soccer forward. So hopefully it works out.
Ask me what I think.
What do you think?
I think this is a complete punch in the middle of the forehead.
You think so?
I think we've taken a step back.
Yes. Okay.
I don't think he's a bad choice.
This is a feeling in my gut that like
I don't think he's a bad choice. Okay, because we needed something quick.
U.S. soccer didn't know what to do.
Yeah, they're like,
who do we call?
Yeah,
who's number 2 on the speed dial?
Yeah, right, exactly. And so I'm gonna take you a little trip back in time, Nate. So 2002. Leading up to the World Cup in 2002, back when qualifying was easier for the U.S., there was the group of players just had something. They had like a cohesion that you get with like a team that's been together for a long time.
They talk about it all the time on TV too.
Yeah, so they just had something special, and that something special is what Bruce Arena is good at.
Yeah,
he's a player's coach, which Klinsmann clearly wasn't, and he knows how to bring everyone together for a common goal and set clear expectations. So guys knew, like, you're doing this, you're doing this, you're doing this.
Yes.
This is how we're going to play.
I've heard that's a thing that players need.
Right. Structure. Mm-hmm. You don't need mad scientists pulling strings and pulling wires out everywhere and like, where does this thing go? I don't know.
Hey, how do you feel about being on the fucking wingback today?
Yeah, it's like, I don't want to do it. Great, you're playing on the wing today. So Bruce Arena brings stability, and he's won at every level. He had that team so tuned in that we were a handball phantom call away from going to the semifinals of the World Cup, which I do believe we may have been able to win that game and go into the final.
However, you have some reservations about this.
Yes, I do have reservations about it. What do we do after the World Cup cycle if we make two directions? If we don't make it, who's our person, male or female?
Yep.
Got to do that these days.
Yeah.
Yep. What if we do go to the World Cup and he's successful?
And then is his vision carte blanche for moving forward? Like, is he the guy that now the future U.S. soccer is in the hands of?
I feel it's napalm time. I feel let's punch in the code.
The Spain code, the Spain ordinance.
Finland did it, and look how well they did in the Euros.
Yeah,
Spain did it, and look how well they've been for
this
like a
is
decade.
the thing. Look at this. This is what they said about Iceland.
Belgium did it, and look at Belgium.
Especially Iceland and Belgium are like, they've got a method. They've got a system.
And they had to scrap everything. So Bruce is good for now, and I think it's good for U.S. soccer in a certain bowling lane.
And what we're trying to do.
And what we're trying to do is we need to just course correct so we don't miss a World Cup.
Yeah.
He's not going to be like crucified like Jurgen is if he doesn't make the World Cup, because he can be like, hey, I was trying to fix Jurgen's problem.
Yep.
Don't mean to throw him under the bus, but
chugging champagne over here.
Yep. Exactly. Yeah. Just staying in the best hotels in the world. I don't know. But he will do his best, and I believe he'll get us on track and we'll qualify for the World Cup, because outside of the top 1.5, 2, maybe 3 teams in our qualifying, like, we basically have to beat out like Jamaica. Yeah, I think we can do that.
We can beat Jamaica. We can beat Trinidad and Tobago.
Which
we can beat
puts us in a playoff.
Please, we can beat Panama.
It puts us in a playoff, and we end up beating like the 4th team in Asia.
Yeah.
Which could be tough, but whatever.
The door is open.
The door is open.
Just like Mexico.
Right.
Happened last time.
Thank you, Graham Zusi.
Mm-hmm.
Because he had the goal.
Yeah.
That gave them life.
Yeah.
We would have been talking about the same thing with Mexico if that would happen to them. So anyways, without getting into like too much more about this, because I don't want to beat it to death, I think Klinsmann doesn't get it to a point where he probably could never even have been in the conversation. Some people think it should have been the technical director of U.S. Soccer.
Yeah.
Sunil Gulati needs to go. The leader of our federation, he needs to go first.
Yeah.
I would have said put Bruce in charge of the federation.
Yeah, I mean,
if you're going to do anything, not head coach. But
in a whole organization where corruption has been put on the table and everybody knows where the corruption is, the people like him are still allowed to make decisions is one thing. But I think that like moving forward, we're going to have it'll root itself out.
I hope so.
And, lack of success or success is gonna lay the groundwork for the future. So, John, I think that might be it for tonight.
Yep, I think so. I think we'll talk more about this
on a super negative note. Hopefully,
good luck, Bruce.
The future of U.S. soccer. We hope that Bruce is gonna hook us up and get us into. Please get us into the World Cup again.
Would you watch the World Cup if the U.S. wasn't in it?
Yeah, dude.
Then so why don't we scrap the thing?
Fuck it.
Put the codes in.
You really think that is the money that the United States television gonna generate worth it? Probably not. You're gonna get the ratings anyway.
People are gonna watch it anyways.
Yeah. 6 years ago, nobody watched. 6 years ago, we weren't really in it. We weren't really in it. People watched the shit out of it.
Everyone watches the World Cup.
Yes.
Everyone.
Scrap it.
It's on at bars. It's on
It's
TV.
the perfect time to scrap it.
Yep.
You get 8 years.
When Germany is playing against Spain in like a quarterfinal and it's like this intense game of like who can hold the ball more.
Nobody's going to be like, no, I wish we were Americans.
Yeah, I bet you Bruce could have got the team to beat whoever.
Jackass.
It's not going to happen.
No.
Scrap it. Start over.
Burn the world! Hey, John, I want to thank our sponsors, Summit Brewing. Besides looping out, of course, Summit Brewing really makes the show go.
They only make the speed round go.
Right.
Get it? Cars, speed.
Thank you, Summit, for sponsoring us each time we jump on these airwaves. It's snowing outside. It's actually sleeting right now.
Yeah, wintry mix.
The wintry mix is making traffic awful. But if you are stocked up on Summit Winter Ale, then you are good. Because it is dark and it is poundable, and as Dave Chappelle once said, it gets you drunk.
He's making a huge comeback, like the U.S. could make if we scrap it like he did.
God. Hey, memberships for 2017 are also on sale, and I want to say that 2017 members get tickets, of course, to every home game, every subsequent home cup match.
We might get another. US
we might
match.
get a home draw, which would be awesome.
Which I'll talk to you about off the air. There's some things I got to tell you about that.
You also, of course, get a scarf, and membership. Don't forget, membership costs are going to go up January 1st. So I can't really think of a better Christmas present for everyone that you know than a membership to Minneapolis City SC. Hey, if you want to get a hold of us, you got to email us at mcscpodcast@gmail.com.
Please email us.
We
literally
please,
get no emails.
Content.
No emails.
You can tweet at us, of course, at MPLSCitySC. You can tweet at us personally at Mexinate. That's me. or at John at JONNYBIZZNESS at Johnny Business. That's your Twitter game. That's all for this week. I, of course, am Nate.
And I'm John. Thanks again to Goose.
Yeah, thanks so much to Goose. We're going to send you off, of course, with our old friends. Go get 'em, Tiger.
Happy Turkey Day.
Oh, happy Thanksgiving.
Yes, happy Turkey Day. Please get into a family argument for me.
Stuff yourself, John.
Yep. No, stuff you, Nate.